after I mixed 1 cup of white Almar glue, and 1 cup of cornstarch, and 1 cup and one I'm sorry and 1 big teaspoon of Vaseline. I mixed all the ingredients until my porcelain formed, and I added starch as needed because I had a feeling my clay was sticky. So I kept adding starch until I ended up with this nice porcelain. It's very nice, very flexible, very stretchy. It will look like the pizza dough. Okay, it's beautiful. And now I need to store it. As I said before, you can leave it at least 2 hours. You can, I sometimes I work with it right away with my porcelain, but I recommend leaving the porcelain for 2 hours, from 2 to 6 hours before working with it. So after, again, uh, my porcelain form, and it looked very nice and beautiful and flexible and stretchy, I will apply some hand cream or lotion. It can be expired. You can use expired hand cream. I will apply it on my hand, and also I will apply some Vaseline on this round marble working station. So I applied on my hand some white hand cream, hand lotion, body lotion, and I put some Vaseline on this nice marble working station, working table, working. Okay. And now I will mix and stretch out my porcelain. As you can see, it's very nice and stretchy and beautiful. Okay, so now the next step is also brushing the plastic wrap. This is a plastic wrap. I'm gonna apply some Vaseline on the plastic wrap. Apply Vaseline everywhere on the plastic wrap, and put my nice stretchy porcelain inside and close it. It has to be airtight. You can't let air inside it because it will dry and look very bad. So you have to keep it airtight, away from air at all the times. Okay, so I wrapped it with plastic wrap, and I will use this plastic container. It's a old yogurt plastic container. I'm gonna open it. Before I do that, I forgot something. I'm gonna double the bag. So I'm gonna also put it inside another bag. I'm doubling the bag, and I will put it inside the plastic container, cover the plastic container, and leave it to sit for at least 2 hours, 2 to 6 hours before you color it. You can color once the clay is rested for 2 hours, 6 hours, 2 to 6 hours. You can color it with acrylic paint. You can color it with oil paint. You can color it with nail polish. I like to use the nail polish after the clay is completely dried. Let me show you this nice bead. I made with the porcelain. So after I made the bead and left it to dry, I color it with nail polish. Okay, I colored both the bead and the flower at the top with nail polish. You can color it with powder food coloring. It's a nice pigment. You can color it with acrylic, oil painting, powder food coloring, nail polish, old makeup. If you have any old makeup, like, again, let me show you this. I colored this teardrop, and I will show you how to make this tiny teardrop. I color it with nail polish after it dried. But always add white color as a base. Always color your after leaving your clay for 6 hours, or 2 to 6 hours. I'm sorry. Always color it with white. Starts with white before adding any other color. Okay. So the second way, the second way to store your clay is to store it inside these folders, plastic folders, the office folders. You just color the clay. I have this old clay which I made in the past. Let me turn on the light, okay, so you can see. I have this old clay, porcelain clay, which I made. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna bring some plastic, a piece of plastic wrap like that. Cut it with a scissor. Grab a scissor. Okay, so I'm cutting a piece of plastic wrap. And wrap my porcelain, and after I wrap it very good, I will put it inside like that. I will put it inside the folder just like that. Okay, so this is another way to store your porcelain clay. First, you wrap it with a plastic wrap. Let me show it to you. This kind of wrap, you wrapped it. I wrapped it. I cut a piece and I wrapped it very well, and then I put the colored or the uncolored piece inside the folder plastic. Okay, folder plastic. Now let's talk about drying the how to dry it. Okay, so the way to dry it is you can leave your clay to dry on any flat surface, and it has to be open from both sides. This is an office organizer. It's a perfect place to dry your clay. I put my clay in the past on this organizer, office organizer. And as you can see, it's open from both sides and it's flat, so it's perfect place to leave your porcelain to dry. It can take 2 to 3 days it depends on the size of the clay. So it can take 2 to 3. The big pieces can take up to 7 days to dry. But this is a very good place to leave your clay on to dry. Uh, I had another one I wanted to show you. Okay, when I find it, I will show it to you. Also, you can leave your uh, pieces on a sponge. I love to dry my porcelain on a sponge. These two sponges are wonderful. I used them in the past to dry my porcelain on them. Sponges, and this is also a thin foam, a thin star foam. It came with electric devices. Some people, I saw people using the star foam, but I don't recommend it. I recommend using the sponge, leaving the air dry clay pieces on a sponge or very thin star foam. But this is also good when you make stud earrings. When you make stud earrings, you can use the star foam. You place the studs like that, the stud earrings like that until it dries. So you can still use the thick pieces of star foam when you design uh, any stud earrings, and you can stick it like that in the star foam piece and leave it to dry. But you can, when you are working with uh, just pendants or beads, you can leave it on a sponge. Uh, okay, I'm sorry. When you design the pieces, when you work with pieces like that, you leave it on a sponge. But when you work with beads, I have another way to show you. This bottle was an orange juice bottle. I cut the front of the bottle. It's a square. I like the shape of this bottle. It's a square shape, a square rectangle. So I cut the front of the juice bottle. Okay, so now it looks like that after I cut it. And I got my sticks. You can find these small sticks at any craft store. They call them shish taouk sticks. They're very nice, very thin for the beads, and that's how you leave your beads to dry. Your porcelain beads. That's how you leave the beads. Okay, so these beads are dried already, but I'm just showing you how to dry and leave your beads to dry. Okay, so that's how you leave your beads to dry. You can use this technique. You can use this technique, or you can also put them on a styrofoam plate. I saved these styrofoam plates. They used to have ground beef and turkey and chicken. I saved these styrofoam plates, and they became very handy when I started designing my beads. So I put my stick across like that, and I use them to dry my beads. Or again, you can put them, get a nice find any empty oil or orange juice or any kind of juice bottle, any bottle, cut the front and leave your beads like that.